Namaste and a very good morning. It is indeed an honor to have respected Dr. N.K.Oberoi sir with us today at Hansraj College. I, Ragini Sharma, extend a very warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you for accepting our invitation to come here to your own college and record this interview with us. Hansraj College is celebrating its 75th anniversary this year, and Dr. N.K.Oberoi has been an absolutely integral part of this long journey. Dr. Oberoi joined the Department of Zoology in 1954. That was just the beginning of a long and dedicated academic career with Hansraj College. This was just the beginning, in which he served Hansraj College first as a vice principal between 1974 and 1985, and then as a principal for 6 years before joining the CPDHE in 1991. He has also been a visiting professor at University of Connecticut, a consultant at Medical College Georgia, and chief editor of Paradigm and Management Monograph. He has also continued his association with the DAV family in various ways and is currently a member of the Hansraj College governing body since 2020. It is indeed a privilege to have you here, sir, as we celebrate 75 years of Hansraj College. With your permission now, I would like to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Hansraj College is celebrating 75 glorious years of its existence. You've been a fundamental part of the institution as a principal and as a member of the governing body, and seen the transformations this college has gone through over the many decades. Would you like to share your thoughts about this and also on how the college developed since your tenure as the principal?
Well, if I have to tell you the whole story, it might take hours and you might require a volume to write. You see, when I joined Hansraj College in 1954, the college was located at Paharganj. It shifted. I joined in July 54. College shifted in October 54 to the present building. So I seen the brick walls still being erected in my own presence, and boundary wall. If you say that I have been part of Hansraj College, let me tell you that joining Hansraj College was like my second birthday, because I had entire schooling, right from nursery class, so to say, till the last 10th board. I was a student of DAV school in a place now in Pakistan, mostly Muslim-dominated area. I hope you know that in DAV gone, प्यार की भक्ति महात्मा हंसराज से सीखो, प्यार की भक्ति स्वामी दयानंद से. Now, he renounced everything. You know the life of Mahatma Hansraj. I won't get into details. All the students and staff do know. Then Mahatma Hansraj worked almost for 27 years as a principal of DAV school and a founder principal of DAV College, Lahore. And he did not draw a penny from the school. He had a family of 5 members, including himself. And there was no money. His brother, who was government servant at that time, drawing 60 rupees, used to give him 30 rupees per month. And in that 30 rupees, he could live well and pass his days. But he could have taken a salary. At that time the salary was 75 rupees at most. He did not, because the college needed funds. The college never asked for any grant, any money from government. This was the AV tradition. And the founder principal of this college, Hansraj College, Dr. Datta, he was directly working under Mahatma Hansraj. So he has learnt everything from Mahatma, most of the things from Mahatma Hansraj. And you know, when he came to Delhi, and when the college was founded, there was a DAV rule, DAV Management Committee rule, that no employee would take more than 75 rupees per month. When he came here in Delhi University, there were other colleges, Hindu, Stephen, Commerce, Ramjas, IP, then Delhi College. All the principals were drawing about 1,000 rupees as a salary. This is the government UGC money. But our principal, only 75 rupees. Founder principal, he learned this, everything from Mahatma Hansraj. Later on, he, of course, accepted the full salary after a few years. When the chairman, especially Justice Mahajan, insisted that you must draw full salary, live like other principals. But he was famous as a physics teacher, having the first Indian to have done PhD from Germany at that time. He came after doing his PhD in Germany and joined College Lahore as a teacher. He was a founder principal who had learned a lot from Mahatma Hansraj, and that tradition continued here when the college was established. You see, the day I joined this college as lecturer, I want to show you a letter of my appointment. What kind of letter of appointment were being issued in those days? I was interviewed. The expert was the university professor, and there was one more member. The appointment in those days was, especially for Hansraj College, that they were all the time looking for the toppers, that we must have toppers as a teacher here. And I think I misplaced it. The appointment letter, three lines only, that the committee has recommended you as a lecturer in biology at rupees 200 per month plus rupees 60 as TA. I shall be grateful if you accept. I shall be grateful if you accept, and if you send your acceptance to me. Now, as a candidate, I was looking for a job, but after selection, they were so kind, requesting that you please accept this job. Now, this is the start. Second thing, when I joined, he gave me a book, Man the Unknown. At that time, it was by a famous author, Alex Carroll. He said, read this book, and after reading, come back, we'll discuss about it. I did that. Now, this is what the principal was doing. His job was to make the teachers comfortable, complete their education if they are still not complete.
So what does Hansraj College mean to you as a teacher and as an administrator?
As an administrator, I could not tell you actually. I was more interested in teaching, more interested in academics, and more interested in development of college, development of students, development of teachers. As a principal, if you ask me. Because I learnt it in a very hard way. Let me tell you, when the first batch of the pre-medical students all got admission in medical college, principal came and he really hugged me. He held my hand, took me to the university, to the department, and asked the professor, head of the department, to enroll me for PhD. I was enrolled on PhD in 1956. 54 I joined, 56. And I did not take leave even for a single day. After finishing college, I'll go in the afternoon, late evening, and work in the laboratory till late in the night. And in less than 3 years, I completed my PhD, which again was a record as a part-time. And I was not only happy for that, but even the college people, my colleagues, really wondering that how as a part-time worker and working the night, I had the key of the laboratory in university. So go and lock it in the night and come home. So those are the things which I learned really from Hansraj. I cannot forget this. As I said, this is my place of second birth. I was very happy that that ranking stayed for many years. We are always number 3 or 4. If you want to know my contribution as a administrator, I tell you, when I mention, my eyes become wet. Numb ho jate eyes. That was, behind Hansraj College, our hostel, there are quarters for class 4 employees, 10 quarters for class 4 employees. I took charge as a principal in 1985, but for 11 years I was the vice principal. So I knew everything. In a way, my tenure as a vice principal was much longer than the principal, because I had to leave and join the university. The first thing which I did was that these class 4 employees, or peons, mostly some hostel employees, few of them were living with families, their wives and children. I know 2 of them had 3 or 4 children. There are 1 or 2 who are living alone, their families in their village. Now, none of these had any facility, washroom, bathroom. There was only one bathroom and latrine at the end of the building. And these were about 30, 40 people. And the small kids of 3-year, 4-year-old. They have to wait long to use that toilet. And I had watched that, and I was dying even as a vice principal. So I said, why should we not make toilets for them and kitchen? So the first thing which I did was that they had a small veranda outside the room. I called a contractor without following any norms, rules, regulations. Just contractor I knew who was. I said, built up a bathroom and a kitchen with every quarter within a month. Bring all the labor, whatever money you want, take it. I ordered him, he did it, he completed it. What happened, our accountant, chief accountant, and he upset. He said there is no provision, you have not followed any rule, no quotations are invited. All. I said, no, I am not worried about that. I don't follow rules of this kind. You were talking about administration. I did not. I said, I'll go against the rule, I'll see. I tell you, these people were so happy. Those small kids now, they have their own bathroom, they have their own kitchen, and they were so happy. Still 1 or 2 of them are there, the rest of them retired. Whenever I come to college after that, after retirement from here, even till yesterday when I come, and if they come to know that I am here in the college, all of them will come and fall at my feet, which almost, I said, by sentiments were evoked. And I said, no, that's one thing I remember and they remember. And they'll never forget about that thing. I told you, as a principal, in the evening I used to come and sit on the front lawn. There used to be a stony bench there. I asked the chowkidar and Mali and all, I come and sit here. I used to talk with them. I enjoyed talking with them. It was the most lovable thing. And some of the teachers will watch me doing that. But I enjoyed it. I tell you, this is something I am always wanting to do, even till today. One thing which I did, and I think was that I kept the front door open. There was nothing like anybody who could walk in and meet me. There was nothing like come through TA and come to that. No. Students can walk in and talk, teachers will walk in, visitors, anybody can come in there. If there are too many people sitting, people will wait outside. And when it's vacant, they come and talk. That is what I used to do. Come for 1 year, when I became principal, 1 year, Principal Chopra was still living. So I was living in my house. I used to come in a bus. Most interesting thing I tell you, use passion, reach at 8:30. College will start at 8:35. I used to get down at Hindu College. Bus did not come to Hansraj. Walk down through the Delhi School of Economics, walk on the road. There's a temple on the right side. Left side, a beggar used to be sitting there and all the time smiling. He was paralyzed. He would not be able to walk. Paralyzed. I used to pass and give him 2 paisa, 5 paisa. 5 paisa was a big amount those days. Give him, and he will always, because I smile, always smile. One day, what happened, I tell you, very interesting thing. And that was, now I want all the students to please tell them, including teachers. One day when I was passing through, the morning that time, laborers, ladies as well as men, singing, walking, going for work. Perhaps they were getting 8 or half a rupee per day as labor. One day, one of the laborers, lady laborers, she was carrying a small packet on her head, and then when she passed through this beggar's place, she took out that bag, and there were 3 big chapatis, rotis in it. What she did was, she gave 1.5 to him, and rest she took for her husband. for her husband. I was really amazed. Now this laborer, who doesn't know whether she will get any work for tomorrow, but she shared her chapati with him. No, that is real donation. That is real tyag, renunciation. That you think of your own need, but you still require it for yourself or your husband, but you want to give it to a hungry person. I learned a lot on that. I said, this is real donation. You see, if I have got 200 rupees salary, and if I give 1 rupee as a donation, it is not a donation. Many people these days you have seen, big business people give donations, thousands, crores of rupees. But it is spare money. I wish if they share their big house, big bungalows with these people, that's real donation. I tell you about Shah Rukh Khan. You know, Shah Rukh Khan was a student at Hansraj. Shah Rukh Khan had gone to St. Stephen College for admission. And there principal interviewed him, because he was studying in St. Columbus. So Christian schools, Christian college, they will always. And besides that, Shah Rukh Khan had heaps of certificates of participation in various theatre dramas, and his prizes with him. So principal, I'm cutting short the story. He asked him, okay, come tomorrow. Shah Rukh Khan was somehow unhappy with the. He said, what is that? Next day, he came to Hansraj along with his mother. That was the year I joined as a principal. I joined in September, last day of August. Few days before the last date. But even last date can be extended. Shah Rukh Khan and his mother both came to me almost at about 4 o'clock. And he said he wants e-commerce. His cutoff, I remember, you can check out the record, was little less, about 2 or 3% less than what our last cutoff was eco-honors. I told him as well. You see, I asked him about his other qualities, extracurricular, co-curricular. So he told me all. I said, okay, come tomorrow, I'll admit you. Now admission for principal in those days was easy, in the sense that there were some seats which the staff council had decided principal can give it to those who are not covered under cutoff. But extracurricular activities you can take in sports and other things. So I admitted him, but it has to be a formal. I called few members of the admission committee. I said, just ask him questions. So I signed on his form. Admission done. Now, what Shah Rukh Khan used to do was, he'll come attend classes. He's very brilliant, I tell you. Economics is a difficult subject in Delhi University. He will come to college, attend some classes, but he will play hockey here when he is in the college. Otherwise, he was busy in his theatre work and other things. Some of the teachers did come to me and complain, आपने admit किया इसको, class भी नहीं आता, didn't attend all the classes. I didn't say him anything. I never asked any. You know, when I used to walk from home to the college, boys, girls sitting everywhere. Many times I'll ask the boys or girls, I said, class नहीं हो रहा? No sir, class, हमारा class है. I said, where? Room number 10, class is going on. I said, why are you not going, attending the class? हम 2 महीने पढ़ेंगे. January, February will prepare 15 questions and tell you will bring a position first division. So I used to smile and I never asked them to attend class. I would never ask. Why should I ask? They're totally at their own liberty. If they want, they can attend. So, but you will be amazed again, says. Then first year examination, economics honors, first year examination, Shah Rukh Khan was position holder. He was first in the class. Though after second, third year, totally he lost that position. He was so brilliant. I don't want to say further anything, because it's too much of my own praise. After a few years, gave a statement, newspaper cutting with me. He said, if I become name and fame, all due to my principal. I told him, I asked him, why principal? Your teachers taught you. He said, no. And I gave him admission, definitely, without formal procedure, I admitted him. And then his mother was there. I said she was a gracious lady. They invited me. They had a restaurant at Safdardjung, near Safdardjung, a hutman kind of restaurant. They invited me there, me and my wife. We used to, Shah Rukh Khan was there, his mother was there. Well, after that I lost contact with him. I said, I have done my job. College was very, very small at that time building, but today I must congratulate Principal Rama. She is a really dynamic lady. First lady principal, I was very happy. You know, we didn't have a co-education. We started co-education very late. Because Arya Samaj Devi did not believe at that time. Mahatma Hansraj and Lahore Devi, no co-education. We started co-education much late, I think in about 70s. Few girls were admitted. First only an MA, so that they don't come to college. Then later on in the undergraduate. And gradually, now girls are more than the boys, I think. Similarly, teaching staff, more ladies than men. I'm very happy that really we have a good principal. She has really brought a change in the college. And somebody will come who was here for 10 years even back will not be able to recognize the college. Lot of changes, infrastructure she built. And I'm sure that she'll keep on going on this pace. She will definitely bring the college to a name and fame, and working whole day and night. This is tradition of DAV, Hansraj College. If you have specific questions, please ask, because otherwise my story will never end, I told you.
So, what was your favorite spot at Hansraj?
My favorite?
Place. A place where you love to sit and hang out or talk.
In the college?
In the college.
The favorite, as I mentioned earlier to you, not the principal office. Afternoon, evening, when college students had gone, teachers had gone, sit down and bench, the lawn opposite. Brings talk with the people, as I told you, all my karamcharis, sweepers and peons and everything. That was my favorite spot. And I feel sorry that spot has been changed. Now it has become a beautiful place. There's a thing, not only good flowers and whole center, but that stony bench has been removed. That was my favorite. My favorite place, I told you, something behind the hostels. Love to go and see them neat and clean. I have my own department, zoology. That too. I used to convert it to veranda into small cabin. You sit there. Was really favorite. That is you talk only physically favorite. But mentally everything was in favorite for me. I may have grown old, but my memory, my experience, my mind never grown old. Absolutely fresh.
Sir, from modified ramps to lifts to access-friendly physical infrastructure, Hansraj has over the years become more sensitive to differently abled people. Do you see this as a welcome change?
About Sunita, there are more than disability. But at that time we had, during my tenure, we had some blind students. And for blind students we had a special place and room, 3 or 4 of them, and provide them all the facilities they needed, tutor and other things. That's all. But certainly Today I know that there's a lot of facility Rama has made, lift there for the blind, not only for the blind but disabled. So we didn't have that kind of thing at that time.
There's also some growing knowledge and also growing awareness and initiatives being taken for mental health. Very recently, an application was submitted to Principal Ma'am to start an organization or a cell just dedicated to mental health. And were there any initiatives during your time that that were actually concerned with the mental health of students and used to see the linkages between formal education and mental
You
health?
see, I tell you, that period, I found that students were really not under stress, at least at Hansraj College. As I told you, when I used to see boys and girls not attending classes, I would smile with them. And that there was no tension at all for them. Mentally, they were very strong. I don't know why there is mental tension now these days. Most of them for examination, for jobs and other things. Nothing of that kind was there. Everyone was happy, absolutely happy. That's the aim of the life. Whether you're a student, or rich or poor, what is your aim? Ultimately happiness. And I tell you one thing, if you ask me, that happiness is something which doesn't come easy. You may be very rich, you may be getting money all over, you may have all the facilities, life of luxury, live well, everything. But still your mind, whether you are happy or not. Happiness is something inner, happiness of mind.
Sir, we would like to know your views on the current policies on education. As you are aware, we have recently moved from annual mode to a semester mode in 2011. We experimented with 4-year degree, which was subsequently withdrawn, but has made a comeback in the new education policy also. What do you think about all these transformations? Have these changes added value to education in Delhi University?
I think this is a real good system which was introduced earlier. Our teachers are standing here. They opposed it at that time. You know, in Hansraj College, there's a teacher activist. You know her name? No? He knows it. Even today she's there. Maybe she's about to retire. They opposed it. They said no. This is not good for, they are their own arguments. But, 4 years undergraduate course, though it is a heavy work on students for 1 extra year, but students will mature better if they stay in the college undergraduate 4 years. Now what is education, tell me? Education is acquisition of knowledge. You must acquire knowledge, whether in the classroom or outside the classroom. Google can give you all the information you want now these days. Acquisition of knowledge. Then your development as a human being, your development with a good character development, what we call it, with certain values, honesty, compassion, good behavior, love. for everybody. Somebody. So these are the kind of things, when you are there in the college for more time, your development, not inside the classroom but outside the classroom, is very important. Classroom is just get some contents of the course, that's all. Teacher will teach, you will make a note, and that, or go and read the book and prepare your own notes, and then examination vomit it out. But what about the other things, your own development? That can only take place outside the class. Classroom is a poor place for teaching values. No. If I go on talking in the classroom, "Bachcho, be honest, don't tell lies, be truthful." You know, we have 10 principles of Arya Samaj. Our 4th principle is be truthful. I almost 2 decades that anybody quote me, I follow that 4th principle. Once you are truthful, everything else is covered under that. I tell you simple, in Hansraj College itself, a case happened. A student, a leader, went to court because we did not allow him. I was vice principal at that time. Did not allow him to appear in examination due to shortage of attendance. What he did was that he forged the signatures of the principal, G.P. Chopra, with a letter to me, typed in, that allowed this boy. I was in charge of this issuing admission tickets, allowed this boy for examination. So he brought it to me. I did not allow it. I knew that he never attended any class and this. So he went to court. And the court, the judge showed that letter. What he did was, college notice board, signed by the principal, he tore off one of the notice board paper and pasted that real signature of the principal on the paper on which he typed these words. So he put a photocopy of that to the court. Judge was very smart. Judge asked, "Where is the original? Show me." He couldn't say that. If you are really compassionate and loving all the students, you are distributing love to them, that's more than enough. Students don't need anything. So that's what I say, that outside the classroom, these things you learn. Give the students free time. They'll keep on learning themselves. They'll learn good things, they'll learn bad things too, no doubt. But definitely, they more time in the college. That is the basic principle. You stay in. Ye nahi class khatam and you run away. Stay in the college. Think that this is still a part of. Now, new education policy has merged co-curricular, extracurricular activity with our curriculum. So it's the one thing now. Now, if you are a good poet or a very good in dramas or in music, that would now be part of your assessment. So I think this was really a very good move, and I don't know you are convinced or not. 4-year course would help. Longer stay for undergraduate in the college. कबीर ने कहा था, कबीर के साथ गुरु और गॉड, गोविंद कहा करते थे. गोविंद गुरु दोनों खड़े, मेरे सामने गॉड भी खड़ा है, गुरु भी खड़ा है. Now Kabir is in a puzzle dilemma कि मैं किसके पहले पैर छूऊं. गुरु गोविंद दोनों खड़े, किसके लागू पाऊं. फिर सोचने लगा था ये गुरु से, ये गुरु की वजह से तो मैंने भगवान को पहुंचा हूं, तो पहले गुरु को किया उसने, पहले गुरु को किया. गोविंद गुरु दोनों खड़े, किसके लागू पाऊं. गुरु गुरु को अपना, जिसने गोविंद दिखाए. तो गुरु की जो है महिमा, जो गुरु की रोल है, वो हमें नहीं भूलना चाहिए, वो काफी है.
Sir, finally, what message would you like to give to the staff and students of Hansraj College on the successful completing
ये
7th
मैंने
time?
बताया ना, ये सबके लिए हमें डेवलपमेंट चाहिए. डेवलपमेंट ऑफ कॉलेज, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स inside the classroom, outside the classroom, equally important. Character development. पहले एक्विजिशन ऑफ नॉलेज क्लासरूम से मिलेगा, किसी सोर्स से मिलेगा, बुक से मिलेगा. एक्विजिशन ऑफ नॉलेज, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पर्सनल, योर पर्सनैलिटी एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग, देन योर मोरालिटी, moral development. You are all very much essential. Go on trying, you'll get it.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming. It was indeed an honor, a privilege
I,
for all of us.
I tell you that so many things are left. I was so happy that I was sent to USA by the management, DAV College Managing Committee, along with the president and one or two more persons, to set up a DAV center, DAV department, institution. So I was very happy that I did set up a DAV center for Indian studies and yoga at a university in Youngstown University in US. The first year itself, there was a lot of enrollment, all Americans. They wanted to know about yoga, they wanted to know about Indian history. We sent the yoga teacher from here. It worked very well, but after that the management decided to close it. But we have our people. Those days, it's about 30 years back, center was set up. Then after a few years it was closed. There are people who are still remembering that DAV. DAV has reached in their heart.
Thank you so much, sir.